Unexpected Journey, Memoir of a Siberian Deportee by Juzė Avižienytė-Žukauskiene. Translated from Lithuanian and narrated by Giedrė Kumpikas, niece of the author, and by Isabelle Kumpikas, the sister of the author. Chapter 30. Another Funeral. One morning, Ignaciunienė came running up and, very frightened, announced that Savickas had died. They lived in the same chata. I and a few other women went there. In a tight little hole in the wall behind the stove, Savickas was lying. His clothes were crusty, dirty, the stubble of his beard sticking out. His lifeless eyes were staring at the sky. Lice were crawling over his rags and body. No one wanted to touch him. But he had to be tidied up. Human kindness demanded it. I informed the team leader. I made some sort of shroud from a sheet. I went back. No one had touched the corpse. They were afraid, and they were reluctant. I undressed so that there would be as few clothes on me as possible. I wrapped myself in a cut-up bag and began to tend to the dead man. I had seen many corpses. During the First World War, from 1915 to 1918, I had worked as a nurse at the front, and in 1922, at the Faculty of Medicine, I had to do practice in anatomy. However, this was the first time that I had seen a person who had died of hunger. Only his skeleton was left. From his colon came out only a little blood and some membranes. Apparently, his intestines had been completely emptied. After I arranged him, I went back to the office, but the work did not go well. Before my eyes constantly appeared the corpse of the tall man, Savickas. He had a grown son who had been sent away to the Kulstan field camp, a few kilometers away, to work on the spring sowing. The team leader sent a boy to inform the son about the father's death and kept cursing that the devil let the old man die when it was the height of the working season. He had to pull a man away from work so that he could nail together some sort of coffin and would dig a hole. Where to get nails, the boards, and again, mat. At that moment, Stasiukas came running up to me. "Oh, fine, Stasiuk, you'll help dig a hole for the dead man." The team leader was overjoyed. "Let's go." Stasiukas later told us how he had helped to dig a hole for the dead man. We went to the old man, Siedic. "Well, uncle, you'll help the boy dig a hole." "Oh, Sidar Ivanovich, I can't even move. My back is killing me. I can't move. Oh. "Oh, you can't. So who will dig the hole?" said the angry team leader. While the old man, groaning, retorted, "That's not my problem." We went to another old man that had cut his foot. To a third, that one, groaning and moaning, was crawling off the stove. Somehow, we staggered about a kilometer away from the settlement into the taiga. He began to dig, roots, grass above his head. The shovel doesn't go in. As soon as I step on and turn the shovel a little harder, immediately my helper shouts, No, take it easy, you'll break the shovel." We dug as deep as our knees, and the old man said, "That's enough. The coffin will fit, and that's enough." I protested, "The coffin won't go in yet. It's not deep enough." "We'll put the earth on top so it won't show. The bears don't eat corpses, and there are no wolves. The snow is too deep in the winter," said the old man. Another old man, having ripped off a few other knobby boards from the daytime pig yard, nailed together a sort of trough. One could not call it a coffin. The boards were dirty. One side was rounded. They did not fence in pigs with wooden boards. The trough had slits and was low. His son came back. He was a young 19-year-old boy, his hands cracked and hardened. He stood by his father, half dead, half alive, as if he were a statue chiseled from wood. "Well, Ivan, take care of your father, and let's go bury him." The team leader poked him on the shoulder. Jonukas was startled. He covers his face with his rough hands and groans. Dropping to his knees by his father, he sobs pitifully. Even his shoulders shake. In the autumn, his mother died, and now his father. The women also wiped their tears. Old man Tomaikin brought up a lame horse, its back rubbed sore, harnessed to a flat platform. To accompany him, the team leader sent Stasiukas and Jonukas. He ordered the others to go to work. By the coffin, someone had placed a cross tied together from 2 pieces of wooden fiber, since they had no nails to nail it together. The blacksmith would only make as many of them as were necessary to nail a coffin together somehow. Old man Tomaikin, crossing himself 3 times, sat at the foot end of the coffin, took up the reins, and with their ends striking the horse across the back, began to move. Stasiukas and Jonukas, having placed the shovel beside the coffin, followed. Tomaikin, with a hoarse voice, began to sing, "Rest in peace with all the saints." It was like the Lithuanian eternal rest. He was singing, and the wheels hit a root, and both the old man and the coffin almost rolled off. "Where are you stumbling? Are you blind, you Soviet nag?" He slapped the horse again with the reins and kept on singing, "Lord have mercy." The wheel hit a rut. "Are you blind, you dim-witted Soviet svoloch?" And once again a strike across the horse's back, and again a holy song. We finally arrived. Jonukas began to deepen the hole. The old man, happy that we had arrived more or less successfully, that we had rolled the coffin off the platform, crossed himself several times, made a very deep bow over the dead man, and mumbled, "Even though you are not christened, may God receive you." He turned the horse around and drove away. Jonukas and I rolled the coffin into the hole with difficulty. We tidied up the grave, stuck the cross in, and went back on foot. Notes. Jonukas, diminutive form of Jonas, Lithuanian for John, equivalent to Johnny. Svoloch, SOB in Russian.